We trade. Galvanizer. We hero power. We laugh maniacally as he dies. Huh. This should be interesting. What we're doing today is we're giving Blackwalled Pixie and Clockwork Automaton one last chance to SMOrc in the meta. And we've got a ton of support cards for both of these cards, primarily for Hunter from Descent of Dragons, with cards like Dwarven Sharpshooter, which is not SMOrcish, but we don't always have to go face. Maybe. And then we've got Toxic Reinforcements, Phase Stalker, which can draw out a bunch of secrets from our deck and allow our focus to be more on their face. And then we also have a couple other cards which are in the other decks. So this is basically a super face Hunter, and we're just trying to smack their face, but we threw in Blackwalled Pixie and Clockwork Automaton. Clockwork Automaton has to have survived. It's Blackwalled Pixie that duplicates the hero power. So it's 7 mana to hero power, drop Blackwalled Pixie, and hero power again. So that's 7 mana, and then sometimes Clockwork Automaton survives on the board, allowing us to do 4 damage to their face. And then we've got one that's a little bit more centered around incorporating Dragonbane, and so this is still super SMOrc, but we've got a little bit more burst at the end. So the other version cut out Leroy Jenkins, and this has Dragonbane and still both Clockwork Automaton and Blackwalled Pixie and Toxic Reinforcements. So these two are fairly similar, but we've got a little bit more super damage on top instead of just the low-end, low-cost cards. But then, because I realized that both Dragonbane and Clockwork Automaton are mechs, something I wanted to try out, and should be quite interesting, is Clockwork Heroes with mechs. So this is basically a mech SMOrc deck that we've got tons of mechs in here, and then just the Toxic Reinforcements is in all the decks to benefit from shooting our opponent in the face so much. But we've got things that survive on board, mechs that survive on board, and we've got War Gears, Ziliacs, missile launchers, and spider bombs, and Snip Snap, Venomizers, basically all kinds of stuff to magnetize should any of our mechs survive. And, of course, Clockwork Automaton and Dragonbane being mechs, it should be terrifying. This is the one that is very unique, very different, and hopefully will turn into some really, really unusual games. Now, this one does not have Blackwalled Pixie, it just has Clockwork Automaton. But because both of those are rotating out here in about a month or so, I wanted to go ahead and just try this version as well. So, let's get into it. So we outsmarked another SMOrc Hunter. That's fun. Okay. Love it. So we'll play, since these games are so fast, we'll probably play 5 games each with the non-mech versions, each of the SMOrc versions, and then we'll play quite a few with the mech version, because that's the truly unique and unusual deck. It's probably not as good as these, but tracking we went later. Explosive trap against a rogue, not terribly exciting. Kill command we also want later. We want Toxic Reinforcements, Dwarven Sharpshooter, Phase Stalker. Okay, we do have Blackwalled Pixie though we need 7 mana to use her effectively. We can drop this on 4 if we wanted to. This might be a little bit longer game, but we might actually get to play the SMOrc cards. We did not draw exceptionally well. Explosive, not exciting. We could have, no, it'd just be a tempo Blackwalled Pixie. We want to actually get the value, that's the point. So we don't drop her until coin 6 or turn 7. Alright. We can't break that ourselves. Next turn, we can unleash. We could coin Life Drinker here. That'd be pretty aggressive, but gives us better trades to be able to take that out and then unleash the hounds afterwards. Just having a minion on board is nice. Grody, thank you. Welcome, welcome. So, welcome to the lab, and pull up a chair by the hearth and watch the experiments unfold. Today we're doing a lot more SMOrcish deck than we normally do. But we've actually got Pixies, or Blackwalled Pixies and Clockwork Automatons having their last chance to SMOrc before they rotate out of the meta. So we're playing 3 different versions of SMOrc Hunter today. 2 that are just normal face with a little bit different build, and then 1 that's actually super mech build because Clockwork Automaton and Dragonbane, which is not in this version, are both mechs. Okay. So unfortunately we can't drop Clockwork Automaton, and we can't break that. He shadow stepped? Ah, okay, yeah. So we can feint him into thinking that this is Freezing Trap by playing the explosive, but I would like to start getting progress with Toxic reinforcements, so let's do this. He can now kill our 4-6 off pretty easily. I mean, our 3-3 off. And we don't have a great way to kill it even after. Explosive's not going to finish it. We could unleash for 1. Ah. Oh, counter SMOrc. Okay. He basically has to trade into this if we play it, but that uses all our mana, whereas we can set things up a little bit more effectively if we go Explosive, Dwarven Sharpshooter, and Hero Power this. We can clear that. He's only got the 4-6 left over.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears. Job's done.
The fact that we Hero Powered that may give away the fact that it's not freezing, so he may not hesitate to hit face. Next turn, we're at 6. Neither Clockwork or Blackwalled Pixie are quite ready. Turn 7 is where we go. We get to start going crazy. But if he goes wide enough... Wow, yeah, he's counter SMOrcing. I mean, not that we're presenting much on the board for him to deal with. But honestly, the Draconic Lackey is not terribly exciting. And if he has High Spare and Togwaggle, he honestly should have just kept it. Oh, there we go. That's why. So again, we can't quite get value out of these. Tracking for freezing or Life Drinker, a number of things. None of these are immediately impactful. We're gonna Hero Power, and I'm gonna trade the 1-3 into the 1-1.
I have no time for games.
Alright. So we've got 6, 7, quite a bit. Next turn we can Blackwalled Pixie. We may be able to kill him. If he doesn't put a taunt here, which it doesn't look like he did. We've got 4 damage with Hero Powers. Plus 3. Let's see, this is 4, 4, and 3. He's dead. Blackwalled Pixie for the win. Alright! Blackwalled Pixie value. She gave us the win. It would have worked with Clockwork Automaton as well. Either way. Because it would have been 4 damage with the hero power. Alright, Blackwalled Pixie. Another Paladin. So we're going to hold on to these. And we probably are playing Dwarven Sharpshooter first. Or Phase Stalker. Coin Phase Stalker. Paladin may not have a good way to kill the Phase Stalker right away. So I think we do this. Unless he's got... No, he doesn't even have enough mana for a secret plus the weapon to buff it up. So he should not be able to kill our Phase Stalker here. What do we get? I would like a little bit more value out of explosive. Had it been Snake Trap, I would have left it alone. But cool. Very nice. I'm glad you're doing well with that. It is super aggressive. It probably has the same issue as this, but this has a little bit more punch power, even if they put a bunch of taunts in your way. Okay. Being able to target, not terribly important at the moment, so let's start building this up. And by the way, he is going to be shocked when we do this. Acolyte of Pain makes me think it is a Shirvala, so they have copious amounts of healing in their deck, which is annoying. This is going to give us, now if he tries to trade into our Phase Stalker, 3/1/1s, though he could have Pyromancer as a follow-up, which would be annoying. Pyromancer plus the heal your face thing. If he has exactly that, he can full clear this board and get another card. He overdraws if he... No, he doesn't overdraw.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. Do I go ahead and clear those? Don't have enough mana to Animal Companion and Hero Power. And don't... Well... If we don't go for the value...
Vengeance is near.
We don't have the other toxic reinforcements. Okay, this is weird. But yeah, I think this is a little bit more pressure. Alright. We're committed to the board. Hopefully he doesn't have Pyromancer. He has resources for days, though. I would be impressed if he doesn't have a clear here. Consecration would be annoying, but it doesn't quite deal with our 1/3. Okay. If he doesn't hit our guy, we get the healing, or we get to deny the healing from Ziliax. Okay. And so that's 2 of our mana. Oof. And that's it. I guess we could go ahead and drop the other Dwarven Sharpshooter just to have something more on board. I don't like not getting the value out of it. But now we have Snake Trap and Explosive again. We're 1 turn away from being able to Clockwork Automaton. By the way, if on 7 we Clockwork Automaton in Hero Power and he doesn't deal with it, and then on turn 8 we Clockwork Automaton in Hero Power and he doesn't deal with it, then we end up actually doing 8 damage with our Hero Power. Which would be absurd and awesome. Okay. Here. Again, weird blaze. But alright. So we denied Crystal Smith Kangor healing value. Interesting that he played it out there. Because Wild Pyromancer didn't actually heal him at all, right? Oh, but... Yeah, he played Flash of Light in a move of desperation. Okay. So, Clockwork Automaton value. Weird. I thought this was just a Shrivala deck. Huh.
Reactor core online.
Alright. He's got 10 health. Even if he taunts that, we can kill him. If he doesn't kill the 4/4. Because we can Clockwork Automaton again and deal 8 damage, is how it should work. And then our Leper Gnomes finish him off. Unless he plays Lightforged Blessing on... Aww. But not a taunt. Aww. Okay. Well, let's find out if it works like I think it does.
Reactor core online.
Pretty sure it does. Yep, it does. Okay, so we learned something. I will go ahead and hit this down to 1. In case he put something on there and we actually need to get through it. If he Equality Wild Pyromancers or Shrink Ray Wild Pyromancer, Shrink Ray Consecrate, he can deal with this board pretty effectively. But he ends up taking 4 to the face from our Leper Gnomes, and then we can refill the board pretty quickly. We're a couple turns away from being able to complete this. Now, if he had Wild Pyromancer or something and Timeout, number 2, then that would be annoying. Okay.
Follow the rule.
That's fine.
Move quickly.
Alright, how much damage do we have here? Ooh. Oh, we're gonna... Is it important? Not really, but... Oh, did I miss lethal by doing that? Hold on. I did miss lethal, didn't I? I'm 1 off now. Ah, that was... I wanted to style. And make sure we got the value. Shoot. Like... Okay, so we had lethal. I messed it up. Hopefully we don't get terribly punished. But we'll find out. Because if I hadn't traded that 1 Hound in, I had lethal. Ah, oh, I had exactly lethal. Okay. Unless he gets a taunt, and even if he gets a taunt, I think he's dead. He would have played... I don't think he could have. Could he play Shrivala if he had it? I don't know that he's discounted it enough. Oh yeah, he's dead. Okay. Okay. So... Yeah. That worked out. Clockwork Automaton dealing massive amounts of damage. We got to play a Blackwalled Pixie and 2 Clockwork Automatons. Even with my mess up, we still absolutely destroyed our opponent. Clock Heroes with Mechs.
Sylvanas versus Morgul.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Toxic Reinforcements, yes. Venomizer against a Shaman without something cheaper, not terribly exciting. Clockwork Automaton, we need you a little bit later, but please do a return later. Galvanizer is a better 2-drop if we can pick up some mechs. There's a mech. One more mech and we'll drop you. Well, we might just hero power, actually. Coffee. Ooh. Okay, wait. If we Galvanizer here, we can Dragonbane next turn. And he might not be able to deal with it. And then we follow it up with Super Value. Alright. We're taking risks. We'll see. Yep. Next turn we can Galvanizer and Hero Power. Alright, we took the risk. Let's find out. Does it pay off? Tell me he doesn't have Hex. Actually, he doesn't have any mana. We trade. Galvanizer. We Hero Power. We laugh maniacally as he dies. Well, he doesn't die, but he takes 5 to the face. So that feels good. Hopefully he didn't pick up Hex there. Earthshock would also be annoying. Okay.
Unity, precision,
Make sure that the 5 extra damage goes face. Protect our Dragonbane so that it can continue getting us absurd value. And now we just need 2 more mana with Clockwork Automaton to make this a perfect game. Okay. Bummer. Urcitron Fireworks Tech Hero Power gets us a decent board with a little bit of card draw.
I wonder what this does.
And lots of pressure. Alright. Currently we have 6. Well, if, you know, they actually trigger. 8, 12, 14. We're showing lethal. If Urcitron miraculously survives, which it never does, we can magnetize War Gear onto it. That resolved really quickly. 7 mana means we get to clear everything. We could drop Mekaru as well, but yeah, no. Well, it is a 1 attack, which we could potentially War Gear something on. So maybe, yeah. It's questionable. We took a risk. It may be paying off. What's he got? Ooh, he double trades. So actually, yes, it did pay off, because now we can War Gear on that. Unfortunately, we need 1 more damage to break through, and we didn't get it. Bummer. We are doing this, and we're doing this. Because Bomb Toss doesn't quite deal with that. Alright. We can Bomb Toss Hero Power to get him down to 1 if he deals with our 6/4. And there's a high likelihood he got something useful here. That's useful. Alright, well he's dead next turn. Snip snap stack? Yeah. I think this is better. So he needs exactly Life Drinker, not... I take that back. Alright, Clockwork Automaton. Good.
Reactor core online.
Gonna go ahead and hit. We have damage output for days. But we are completely empty on our hand, so we're in full top deck mode. We have, I mean, if he kills Clockwork Automaton, which he always does, then we've got 8 damage that we can hurt him with. And our... Okay, he's going full control here. Oh wait, he's dead. We got there. Right, the snip snaps. That did it. Wow. I mean, he Alex Straza'd, he had Life Drinker, and yet we just overpowered it. That was good play back and forth. I enjoyed it very, very much. Alright. Well, we tried, we experimented, and we found out that, unfortunately, Clock Heroes with Mechs, while fun, most of the time, not that game, is not terribly good. So, if you want to SMOrc while using things like Blackwalled Pixie and Clockwork Automaton, which admittedly haven't seen much play, but we wanted to give them a chance. So we wanted to give them a chance, and we did. And we found out that this particular version, yeah, not getting there. And then, I think the other one is Pixies, yes. This is the second one, which actually, surprisingly, with Leroy and Dragonbane, was just a little bit too slow. Whereas this one performed a little bit better. So this has Clockwork Automaton and Blackwalled Pixie, and just a lot more aggressive stuff to go with it. Phase Stalker definitely, and a couple secrets, would probably make the Mechs, Clock Heroes with Mechs, a lot better. Snake Traps, because we weren't able to go wide a lot. We could consider dropping one more thing for a freezing and or second Snake Trap. But this honestly might be a lot better than what we were just playing. So it's not full Mechs, which was kind of what I wanted to do with it. War Gear, if we ever have a Mech survive on the board, is so amazing. But with Clockwork Automatons, it just may be too much. So whereas with some snakes on the board, we actually have a chance to fight for the board a little bit more. And have a higher likelihood of having a mech survive, so that we can drop Missile Launcher, War Gear, Ziliax, Spider Bomb, Snip Snap, Venomizer, any of that stuff on. Clockwork Automaton is the point of the deck, though it obviously is one of the weakest, if not the weakest, link in the deck. But, so, would recommend that, maybe, if you want to go for a Mechs version. But anyways, thank you guys for joining. Fun, interesting experiments. Definitely enjoyed the games with Clock Heroes with Mechs. And of course, if you just want Face Hunter, then you could go with a non-Pixies and Clocks version for a much better win rate. But if you want to give Pixies and Clocks one last chance to play, then maybe try out the Pixies and Clocks Go Face. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.